We end this Valentine's Day with a story about how enduring love can heal broken hearts and build bonds that can last a lifetime. John Lordson of CBS station WCCO in Minneapolis, St. Paul has more.
In 1961, it seemed like Karen and Danny would be together forever.
After the football games or basketball games, she'd be waiting up there for me.
But life threw the teenagers a curveball. When Karen found out she was pregnant, her family took her to a home for unwed mothers. Danny was there the day their baby girl was born. They spent an hour with her, and then she was adopted.
We had a photograph taken of her, and that was the last of our memories of her.
The couple wasn't just saying goodbye to their daughter. They were also saying goodbye to each other. Being in love and inseparable made it that much harder to separate.
Never stopped thinking about it. She's always had a corner of my heart.
For the better part of 53 years, they lived in different parts of the country. But in 2014, curiosity got the better of Danny. He searched for Karen online, found her, and called. They talked nonstop, like time had never passed. Then Danny flew out to see Karen.
Just magic, you know.
And it did feel like nothing much had changed, including his dimples when he smiled and his sparkling eyes.
They got married 36 hours later and settled down in the Twin Cities. But life wasn't complete.
One day when he said, Karen, it took me this long to find you. My life would be complete if we could find our daughter.
With the help of Lutheran Social Services and the adoption agency, they found their daughter Jean, now 59 years old. And on a May morning in 2016, they decided to meet.
When he walked through the door and I looked at him, I was like, oh my gosh, because I've never, ever looked like anybody. Ever in life. Never.
And now you do.
And now I do.
A new life together, thanks to a love that just wouldn't quit.
The love we have for each other is absolutely second to none.
I'm John Lordson for CBS News, Minneapolis.
Wow, love is patient, and that story was worth waiting for.
Like a lot of good sons and daughters, CBS's Chip Reid has spent a lot of time Zooming with his mom. Well, finally, mother and son have been reunited.
It had been a long time.
Hi, Mom.
Oh, hi, Chip.
How are you?
Hi, my boy.
Over a year since I last saw my 90-year-old mother in person.
Does it seem like a whole year to you?
No.
No.
It seems longer. Much longer.
We talked by phone and Zoom.
Hi, Mom.
Oh, goodness. Oh.
How are you?
I'm good. Oh, so glad to see you.
But there's no substitute for being face-to-face, even if her nursing home still requires 6 feet of distance, though we've both been vaccinated. Across the nation, families painfully separated for so long have been reuniting after last week's new government guidelines for nursing homes that encourage in-person visits. Frank DeMarinis is executive director of Forwood Manor, my mother's nursing home in Wilmington, Delaware.
What does it mean to you to have us, the visitors, back again?
It brings spirit back into the community. I'd like to think we're a community again, not just a facility.
Soon, he says, they hope to allow hugging, and after that, maybe even travel.
I'm hoping that we can do our annual trip to the beach this summer.
Oh, hallelujah. Wouldn't that be wonderful?
Yes, it would. Chip Reid, CBS News, Wilmington, Delaware, and soon, hopefully, from the Jersey Shore.
Our salute to extraordinary moms continues tonight with a Mother's Day celebration that almost wasn't. Here's CBS's Jim Axelrod.
Donna Harvey found love in the most unlikely of places 5 years ago, a refugee camp in Lebanon. An optometrist from Virginia, she was volunteering there when she met Mishal Hamoud, a Syrian relief worker.
Did you see each other again?
It was WhatsApp video, WhatsApp chat.
She wanted him to come to the U.S. and get married, but the Trump administration's Muslim ban prevented that.
First time driving in Beirut.
So she went back to Lebanon.
It needed to be done because we wanted to be together.
Months later, this news.
We found out we were expecting.
Due to COVID and better health care at home, Donna left Lebanon to deliver in America. Alone and expecting in April, President Biden's reversal of the ban answered Donna and Mishal's prayers. He got a visa and jumped on a plane, arriving here last month, just in time.
Oh my God.
Less than 6 hours later.
I woke up and I was like, I'm cramping up. Literally less than 12 hours later, Ethan was born.
So the three of you were in a room and you're all holding your baby within hours of his getting here.
Yeah, it's all still like a dream, honestly. Hi, Mama.
A Mother's Day dream come true. Jim Axelrod, CBS News, New York.
What would you say if you came face to face with the people who gave you a second chance at life? CBS's Steve Hartman is on the road with a reunion more than 3 decades in the making.
She's got one. Wine.
Fishermen are known for their fish stories.
Holy mackerel.
But the whopper that charter boat captains Mark Paisano and Paul Strasser are about to unspool is all too real.
That story, it just really throws a loop at me. It was catastrophic. Imagining what she went through that day is unspeakable, really.
35 years ago, Paul and Mark were piloting a charter back from Catalina Island off the California coast when they came across a capsized boat and an orange life vest bobbing in the waves. Mark jumped in and pulled out 9-year-old Desiree Rodriguez, the only survivor. Her mother, father, sister, aunt, and uncle all perished. Desiree had been in the water 20 hours.
It was against all odds that she was still coherent and alive.
This was the last time Paul and Mark ever saw little Desiree, and they've always wondered about her.
Okay.
Which is why a podcaster named Phil Friedman invited the men on his show.
Mark Paisano.
Hi. Along with a surprise guest.
I'm going to let her introduce herself to you.
I'm Desiree.
Oh my God. The brims of their ball caps weren't nearly wide enough to hide the joy. 35 years not nearly long enough to erase the bond.
I'm so happy.
When I connected with them, they brought a lot of closure.
Since then, they have stayed in touch. And this week, Paul and Mark invited Desiree, the aunt who raised her, and the rest of her family to take a little trip. It was Desiree's first time back on the ocean, a journey that would bring her full circle.
This is basically the area right here.
Right back to where it all happened.
I'm kind of glad we can kind of come together today and kind of heal.
The bodies of her father, sister, and uncle were never recovered. This was their first memorial, a commemoration of the family she lost, but also a celebration of the guardian angels she gained.
Right, yeah. And that's how I feel. I hope to know you guys forever.
You know, everybody says God works in mysterious ways. I feel like, let's find you.
Fishermen usually tell stories about the one that got away, but Paul and Mark will always cherish the one who got to stay. Steve Hartman, CBS News, on the road.
We end tonight with a story about parents' love and an epic search for a lost son. Here's CBS's Remy Inocencio.
A remarkable reunion after decades of heartache. This week in China, 2 parents were reunited with their son, kidnapped 24 years ago. He was just 2 years old, stolen, playing outside his home. His father, Guo Gangtang, never stopped searching for his kidnapped son, crisscrossing China on a motorbike, chasing down clues and handing out flyers. Over the years, he traveled more than 300,000 miles. A banner with the boy's face waving in the wind behind him. If I stayed at home, there's no chance of finding him, he said in 2015. His desperate search inspired the movie Lost and Love, starring famed Hong Kong actor Andy Lau. It also raised awareness of child abduction in China, a long-standing problem. Kidnappers target children, sometimes so young they don't even know their own names or their hometowns. Some of them don't even know they've been kidnapped at all. This woman, arrested last month, and her boyfriend are accused of kidnapping the boy and selling him to a couple in another part of China. Police say DNA tests confirm the now young man's identity. On social media, Andy Lau called the reunion thrilling. A real-life happy ending fit for the movies. Ramy Inocencio, CBS News, Hong Kong.
Tonight, a story that began in the chaos of World War II has a remarkable ending, all because of an American GI's split-second decision to hold fire. CBS's Chris Livesay reports from Bologna, Italy.
Reunited after 77 years, 3 lifetimes nearly cut short. In 1944, Private First Class Martin Adler was 20 years old, stationed in Italy and hunting for Nazis.
And I had my good old Thompson submachine gun. Brrr.
Suddenly, movement from a pile of blankets, but before he could pull the trigger,
Mama came out screaming, "Bambinis, bambinis, bambinis." Children. And she stood in front of my gun, preventing me from...
In his relief, Adler had his picture taken with the siblings.
Bella Italia. Bella Italia.
An astounding reunion for Private Adler, now 97 and living in Florida, thanks to his daughter Rochelle, who used the internet to track down the kids, now grandparents, even great-grandparents, just like Private Adler. And thanks to Private Adler, who held the trigger.
What do you think that was that made you stop?
God looked down on me, and God looked down on Italia.
Chris Livesay, CBS News, Bologna, Italy.
It's Friday, so you know what that means. This week, CBS's Steve Hartman goes on the road with the lost and found story that has an ending that you have to see to believe. And don't worry, I won't let the cat out of the bag.
That first set was like the day we brought him home.
Before they had children.
He was all ear.
Before they were even married.
Oh, yeah.
Jason and Liz McHenry of Annapolis, Maryland say this was their baby. A cat named Ritz.
I mean, at that point, they are your kids.
Yeah, it is a member of the family.
At least he was. Until 2006, when Ritz bolted out the apartment door, down the stairs, and never returned.
We spent months, looking all around, talking to the shelters, and yeah, anything we could think of, we tried.
When did you finally give up?
I don't know that you ever really give up.
In fact, she still has his lost pet poster.
It felt like if I deleted it, it never happened, and he'd be forgotten, and I couldn't do that.
And so, her sliver of hope remained through that decade and into the next, and into the next. 16 years came and went, until 6 miles from Jason's old apartment building, a woman found a stray cat living in this trailer park. The cat was in such terrible shape, she brought it over to this veterinary office to be put down. But before doing so, as is standard procedure, the vet scanned the cat for a microchip. At that very moment, Jason got an automated text. Cat Ritz has been found.
It was like, well, that's got to be a mistake. I mean, I'm thinking they recycled the microchip number. And she's upstairs and she overhears me. She goes, what did you just say?
He's been gone for 16 years. I didn't think this was possible. Come on, Ritz.
And yet, there he is, the record holder. No pet reunited because of a microchip has ever been lost longer. Today, despite 2 bum legs, Ritz is on the mend. He already has his favorite chair picked out and is now enjoying the attention of the brother and sister he never knew.
You want that?
Ritz has a very sweet demeanor, which means he may have been a house cat at some point. But there's no telling. All we know for certain is that for 16 years, Ritz was lost, but hope was never.
There you go.
Steve Hartman, CBS News, on the road.
And it's Friday, and that means On the Road with CBS's Steve Hartman. And this week, Steve tells us about a reunion that was years in the making.
This feels like a long time.
During the wait.
Oh my goodness.
The torturous wait at airport arrivals. Basset Azizi made this empty vow.
I'll try not to cry.
But of course he would. How could he not? For the first time in his life, all his dreams were about to come true.
Come on.
We originally met Bassett in 2016. He was living in Afghanistan and had recently sent a Facebook message across the world to David Bilger, trumpet player for the Philadelphia Orchestra. Bassett was looking for a mentor.
It started off saying, I'm the best trumpet player in Afghanistan because there are only two. And I was immediately taken by him. I said, okay, I got to read the rest of what he has to say. Can you try that?
Bassett told him how the Taliban wanted Western music banned and the players punished.
That's it.
Did you feel like you were risking your safety?
In some point, yes.
But you did it anyway.
Yeah.
So with that devotion and some help from David, Bassett got into the prestigious Interlochen Center for the Arts, a high school in Michigan. From there, he went on to college in the U.S. and even got an internship with a congressman. Bassett so cherished his new American freedom, he once broke out his trumpet in a crowded airport just to honor a group of veterans he saw. That's the kind of kid he is. But he has also been a lonely kid. His entire family back in Afghanistan hadn't seen him in 6 years. They all fled after the fall of Kabul, but couldn't get to America. Until now. Last month, Bassett's father, his mother, and his 3 sisters joined him in Kansas City. His mom, Parwana, said, "It was a dream to see my son before dying." Bassett's family arrived just in time to see him graduate from the University of Kansas with 3 degrees.
Bassett Azizi.
One day, Bassett hopes to work for the State Department as an ambassador. But until then, he's perfectly happy with his humbler titles: brother and son. Steve Hartman, CBS News. On the road.
Finally tonight, CBS's Steve Hartman goes on the road to catch up with the basketball referee and the player who made the greatest assist of his life.
Not many people get to return to the scene of their death. But as we first reported last summer, John Scully of Rochester, New York, stepped back into the gym where his time expired.
That's the last thing I saw right there, 246.
Do you recognize this at all?
John is a basketball referee.
They cut it, right? It's my jersey.
Back in June, John was officiating a semi-pro game between the Jamestown Jackals and Toledo Glass City. That's him on the near side, seconds before his heart attack. The deadliest kind of heart attack, called a widowmaker. Doctors told John's fiancée, Donna, almost no one survives it.
Yeah, 1% of the population, and he's that 1%.
I was in the right place at the right time. I mean, that's why I'm here.
Within seconds, a Toledo player named Miles Copeland rushed to his side and started doing CPR.
I've never witnessed someone just collapse, but I knew what had to be done.
Turns out the Toledo forward is also a Toledo firefighter, a brand new one. At the time, just a year out of the academy.
What does that feel like when all is said and done and you've saved a life?
It's honestly one of the best feelings in the world.
Few moments will ever come close, except maybe
Oh my God.
this one. We invited Miles to stop by the gym. It was their first meeting.
I love you, man. You know I love you.
After quadruple bypass surgery, John said he was feeling much better and hoped to get back on the court someday. Well, it's been 8 months since we first told this story, and number 110 is back in business. He has reffed almost 50 games so far this season and appears none the worse for wear. All thanks to Miles Copeland,
Love you too, man.
who made the ultimate Cinderella story come true.
I'm so grateful for you.
Steve Hartman, on the road in Jamestown, New York.
Finally tonight, sometimes the most important lessons in life can be learned over a game of catch. CBS's Chris Van Cleve shows us how those lessons can also last a lifetime.
The 1962 then minor league San Diego Padres had a great year, but it's what happened off the field that changed the life of one young baseball fan.
I was fast, but I was dangerous.
10-year-old Merle Ledford's pitching needed help. His Little League coach scored him time with Padres pitcher Zach Monroe, who won a World Series with the 1958 Yankees.
He taught me to stay focused. Sometimes you're not going to throw strikes. Shake it off. You've got a job to do.
Lessons he believed helped him become a better student, then a better lawyer, baseball coach, and father. 61 years later, Ledford wanted to say thank you to Monroe, writing to Major League Baseball for help delivering this message.
Dear Mr. Monroe, caption, thank you. Good to see you, fella. Good to see you, Zach.
Setting up a ball game reunion 2,000 miles away in Peoria, Illinois, between the Little League wild man and the now 92-year-old pro ball player.
Whatever I said stuck with him. Somebody went a lot further than I did. And I'm talking about an attorney.
What did today mean to you?
Just being able to thank a guy that helped me out when I was little and share with him hey, look, you did something good.
And that's a win in the game of life. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Peoria, Illinois.
According to the CDC, more than 2,000 deaths were linked to COVID-19 last month. That, of course, is a far cry from the monthly peak of more than 100,000 in January 2021. But it is a reminder 5 years after the World Health Organization first declared the global pandemic that it's still with us. For tonight's In Depth, CBS's Bradley Blackburn reports how COVID changed patients and doctors.
In March 2020, when the world locked down, Sal Mazzara remembers the moment he felt symptoms.
Then I had the fever, the cough was persistent, then sweats.
The father of two from New York already had a lung condition, so when he struggled to breathe, his wife Josephine drove him to Mount Sinai Hospital.
I could not believe what was going on, that I was just dropping my husband off at the hospital and wasn't sure if we were going to see him again.
This was an epicenter right here.
Yeah, it was. Our hospital was beyond capacity.
Critical care doctor Sanam Ahmed remembers when the hospital filled up and tents were set up in Central Park. The city used refrigerated trucks to hold the bodies.
All of a sudden, it was a deluge. It was just a lot of patients coming in all at once.
While her own 4 children were in lockdown at home, she treated countless patients.
Myself and my team are responsible for stabilizing the sicker COVID patients.
We've been called to a bedside to see a patient who was having some problems with oxygenation.
I've never seen so much tragedy in a short period of time.
Sal spent weeks on a ventilator. He needed a tracheotomy and suffered a cardiac arrest. His family couldn't be by his side.
We're probably going to take that trach out.
Dr. Ahmed was.
Sal.
Hi.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
Yeah.
So happy.
Yeah, good.
Everything's coming along. Everything's looking perfect.
If you had a cardiac arrest, it was extremely unlikely that you would survive, and Sal did. He had a cardiac arrest and he survived it.
There's not enough money in the world, enough thanks to thank them.
After 45 days, Sal left Mount Sinai to go home.
5 years.
Last week, for the first time since 2020.
Hi, Sal. It's so good to see you.
Nice
you
to
look
see you.
So good.
Yes, thank you.
Doctor
thank you.
and patient met again.
Oh, never forgot you, and I thank you for everything every day.
A family that will never stop saying thank you.
My hero, right here.
Thank you.
And reminding others what it took to survive.
I hope that people remember how everyone supported each other.
Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
CBS's Steve Hartman goes on the road with 2 police officers and their incredible connection beyond the badge.
Retired South Bend, Indiana Police Lieutenant Gene Eister says he can't drive past this apartment complex without reliving that day.
That was one of the strangest calls I think I've ever had. We have a found baby in a box. Yeah, you always wonder, what happened.
A newborn abandoned in a common hallway. It was 24 years ago, just before Christmas. And for Gene, the case of that baby boy Doe, swaddled in cardboard and blankets, didn't end after the child got to the hospital.
No, I went back with a teddy bear. Just a symbol. Let everyone that walked past know that he was cared about.
And you never forgot?
Nope. None of it.
For more than 2 decades, he wondered what became of this boy. Unfortunately, records were sealed, so there was no way to find out.
Until a few weeks ago, when Gene got a phone call from a fellow officer. Guy said, remember that case, the baby left in the cardboard box? Well, you're not going to believe this.
And I thought, well, you know what? And he says, he's sitting next to me. I said, he's what? He's my rookie.
Meet Officer Matthew Hegedus Stewart. After his rescue, Matt was placed for adoption. He always knew he'd been left in a box, but only connected the dots to Gene after joining the department. Today, he wears the same uniform Gene did and patrols the exact same neighborhood.
Full circle moment. That hit home. I can only imagine from his point of view.
What it means?
Yeah.
He really can't imagine.
How you been? Good, how are you?
Because what to Matt may feel like coincidence, to Gene feels divined. Their reunion, this new friendship, it's all happening just a few months after Gene's only son, Nick, died unexpectedly at the age of 36.
So the timing couldn't have been any better to help fill a void that I've had to deal with.
24 years ago, Gene was called to be there for a child in need. Now, the child is set to return the favor. And whether it's a coincidence or not, the result is undeniably great police work. Steve Hartman, on the road in South Bend, Indiana.
What an incredible story.